Boys, what's going on? Willie here, super excited to bring you today's video, which is going to be on a topic that I've covered on stream before, but I've never made a YouTube video about it, and that is why it takes so long to climb in League of Legends. Last night, I was doing some off-stream grinding, and I ended up going on a 5-game loss streak, right? And you know, this is something that I've always kind of known. This is something that nobody ever told me, so I'm going to tell it to you guys. But that 5-game loss streak is actually going to cost me the next 10 games in a row. I'm going to have to win the next 10 games in a row, mind you. But it's going to cost me the next 10 games in a row just to make up for the 5-game loss streak. And you know, you're probably sitting there, Willie, what the hell are you talking about? It's just going to take you 5 games to make up for the 5 loss streak, right? Well, here's something, like I said, this is something that nobody ever told me, but I kind of had to just think about it on my own. Every loss in League of Legends costs you 2 games worth of wins to make up for the loss, right? So let's say you have an account, right? It's just some generic account, and you end up losing an account, or losing a game, rather. If you lose that game, it's going to take you 1 game to get back to where you were, which is to break even, but then it's going to take you an additional win to get back to where you would have been if you had just won the first game, right? So on this account, if you just won the first game, right, you would have been at a certain LP. Let's say the account starts at 50 LP, and if you'd won the first game, you would have been at 70 LP, right? Let's say you get 20 LP per win, 20 LP per loss, right? If you had just won the first game, you would have been at 70 LP, right? In an alternate universe, if you had lost that first game, that would have put you at 30 LP, which means it's going to take you 1 win just to get back to 50 LP, and then another win to get back to 70 LP, which is where you should have been if you had just won the first game. Right? And another thing to take into account is every loss means you're going to have to play 3 games minimum just to make up for that loss, right? Because you've got the 1 game that you lost, and then you're going to have to win the next 2 in a row to make up for the loss, which means it's going to be 3 games. So every single loss is a big deal. And the other thing that I want to kind of talk about, I know this is probably the thing you guys were thinking of when you clicked on this video. You know, some games are just completely unwinnable. And what I mean by that is, you know, you get the troll or the AFK, you know, you get 3 losing lanes. You know, you get the Fiora top who, you know, rage quits after she dies 1 time in lane, and sometimes you just get Geronimo on your team, which is just as bad. But seriously though, like, there are some games that are just completely unwinnable, and these quote-unquote unwinnable games means that it's going to cost you 2 wins in a row to make up for these unwinnable games, right? Which is honestly, like, it's kind of bullshit, but this is Riot's business design. It's a really smart business design because it makes you hooked. You know, we've all been there when you're sitting at, what, 70 LP, 80 LP, and you're like, wow, I'm almost in series. Let me just get series real quick. And then you end up losing a game, and then you're like, well, let me just win 2 in a row to get to series. And then, you know, you win a game, and then all of a sudden you get a troll again, and then you lose, and then all of a sudden you're like, well, I got to win 2 more, and then you look up and you realize you've played 6 games in a row and you've gotten nowhere, right? And it's just because that's why climbing takes so freaking long in League of Legends, right? And the last little thing I want to talk about, you also have to take into effect that people have learning curves. So like, especially if you're lower elo, hell, I'm Diamond 1 right now and I'm still have a learning curve because I'm trying to get high elo right now. You're going to have to learn how to get better at the game while also making up for losses, while also trying to go on win streaks, stuff like that. So that's kind of Willie's little rant for the day. I hope you guys learned a thing or two. Just, if you get nothing else out of this video, just know that every single loss is a big deal when it comes to climbing, because it's going to cost you a lot of time to make up for the loss. So if you guys learned anything, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one, boys.